Looking at page 22, question 15, we have an N-year-old car. N-year-old car, the value, V, we're defining the value in terms of N, okay? We're defining, so the value depends on how old a car is. N is a variable, V is a value, it's the function. Is the name of the function. How much was this car worth when it was first purchased? Well, when it was first purchased, it was 0 years old. So N equals 0. Let's take a look at that. It's pretty simple, straightforward. Done. So V, we're going to find the value at N equals 0. So what's that? 2,300 or 1,000 divided by 0 plus 1 plus 1,000. And that's equal to 24,000. Okay. Determine the value of the car after 10 years. V at 10 is equal to 23,000 divided by 10 plus 1 plus 1,000. Okay, so that's basically 23,000 over 11 plus, I'm assuming that's going to be like 2,300, just less than that, 2,100, 2,300 or something like that. Anyway, let's look that up. So the answer is 2090.91 plus 1,000. So that's equal to V at 10 is equal to 3,000, approximately 3,090.91. We can do the same thing after 12 years. V at 12 years, the value at 12 years is equal to 23,000 divided by 13 plus 1,000. Okay, so what does that mean? That means, whoops, why did I do that? I'm going to just use Siri, so my microphone will be muted, but I'm going to say 23,000 divided by 13. So the answer is 1769.23 plus 1,000. So in the 12th year, I lose 2769.23. The difference, only lose 200 in the 12th year. Every year I lose less and less. Anyway, how long would it take the car to depreciate to a value of 2,000? So in that case, V of t equals 2,000. We want to know, what is t? The value at t is 2,000. What is t? So we say 2,000. Sorry, did I say v of t? Why do I keep saying t? Sorry about that. V of n equals 2,000. So it's 23,000. 23,000 over n plus 1 plus 1,000. So essentially, what this means is I gotta move that there. That becomes 2,000. Take away 1,000 equals 23,000 over n plus 1. And what we do now is, that's 1,000 equals 23,000 over n plus 1. And the math is pretty easy now. I'll just cross this out here. So 1 equals 23 over n plus 1. And what's interesting, for this to be equal 1, these two have to be equal, right? So that's one way you could think about it, in which case n is 22. But what you can also do is, excuse me, cross multiply, if you learned that. Or multiply both sides by n plus 1. Anyway, we end up getting n plus 1 equals 23, in which case n is equal to 22. So, after 22 years, the value would be $2,000. Okay, and is Vn a function? Justify your answer. Yeah, I think Vn is a function. I think there's only one value. There's probably only one value for every value of n. And if we look at the function, let's look at the function. I wrote it down right here. Okay. But I'm just going to go ahead and copy it. Actually, just go ahead and copy that. Copy, duplicate. Let's bring it back down. Let's just look at it right now. V of n. Okay. Basically, the function will never be, this can never be 0. So the minimum value is 1,000, probably just over 1,000. Now, no matter, if I change n, this is going to be lower, this whole thing. If n goes up, this whole thing is going to go down. And if n goes down, when n changes, the whole value changes. I'm not going to get the same value, okay, depending on what n is. N will only output one value, and that's why it's a function. And if I was to graph it, you'd see something like the following. It can never be, oops, that's funny. Okay, first of all, it can never be less than 1,000. And at n equals 0, what happens? It's basically 1. So it's about 23,000. No, 24,000. Okay. And that's 1,000. Basically, it's looking something like this. And to be honest, the domain should not be negative. Like, I can't go back in time. And it's never going to be worth more than the first day it exists. Okay? And that's all.